Hey, boys and girls, this is Mr. Garcia coming at you again from Mary Hall Elementary. I know you haven't seen my face in a few weeks. I've been trying to change around the my teaching schedule as far as like the activities I make you do. In the beginning of the year, we spend a lot of time singing and playing rhythms, singing melodies, playing rhythms. Whether it be with a homemade instrument or just clapping your hands and things of that sort. And whenever we come back from winter break, I usually try to break the mold a little and have you do some kind of research-based projects, as far as like the instruments you learned about before the break, before spring break, and then of course in February you learn a lot of about important Black American musicians that have contributed to the American sound. But we're gonna come back to singing and playing rhythms now. Now that we've learned a lot about some really cool instruments right before spring break, and then of course we studied those important African American musicians like Chuck Berry and Louis Armstrong, and there's many others, but those are kind of the renegade musicians that did things differently and changed the American musical landscape because they tried things different. Of course, jazz would become popular throughout the 1920s and 30s and 40s with the help of people like Louis Armstrong. He wasn't the only one. It's important to know there's other people like Duke Ellington and Ella Fitzgerald in those early jazz years. Those were important African American artists. But then along, of course, comes Chuck Berry and invents the rock and roll sound in the 1950s. And of course, rock and roll would stay at the top of the American charts for roughly 25 to 30 years through the 1960s and 70s. But during the 70s, we see an emergence of other styles of music. No, I'm sorry, music, other styles of music that would pave the way for future generations. But those are topics for another discussion. Today we're going to, I'm sure you can see my screen here. My screen shows Do, Re, Mi, Sol, La. We're going to sing through it, and we're going to sing some contra inter, we're going to sing some intervallic exercises, okay? We'll be skipping around a little bit, but mostly we'll just do stepwise motion, which means we'll jump from one pitch to the very next pitch on the screen that you see. Okay. Skipping is just that. It's when you go from one pitch and you skip over to this one, or maybe it could be, skipping several pitches on the screen. Okay. We'll do a little bit of that, but not much. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start. Do, re, mi. Your turn. Sing that. Ready? Go. Do, re, mi. Very good. And so you can see that I just went from stepwise motion from do to re and then to mi. All right, let's go back down. And again, I know you've done this before. Just as a refresher, we haven't done this in a while. Okay. The brain tends to forget things it doesn't use, it doesn't practice. Okay. Okay. Here's this one. Mi, re, do. Your turn. Mi, re, do. Very good. And we did stepwise motion again, but this time we went from mi down to re down to do. So it was like going downward, right? The first time we went upward and then we went downward, okay? I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to start right here at mi and I'm going to go up to la, okay? And then we're going to stop and then I'll sing the reverse, okay? Mi, sol, la. Your turn, sing that. Mi, sol, la. Good. Now I'm going to sing it back down. La, sol, mi. Your turn. La, sol, mi. Very good. And then I'm going to put all of it together. What I mean by that is I'm going to start at do, and I'm going to go up all the way to la and then stop, and then you'll copy me after that, okay? Do, re, mi, sol, la. All right. Your turn. Do, re, mi, sol, la. Very good. And now my turn. I'm going to sing downward this time. La, sol, mi, re, do. Your turn. La, sol, mi, re, do. Very good. And then let's think of a song we've used that used many of these pitches, if not all. Um, oh, I found one. Sorry, it took me a little while. Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain High. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, remember me. Do, remember me. Do you remember that song? You should. Okay, so yeah, okay, it's been a while. We probably did that in October, maybe November. But that one uses every one of these pitches, and that's significant because these pitches grouped together represent the pentatonic sound. We've talked about that many times, and that's what we're reviewing today. We're reviewing that because next week we'll be adding two pitches to that. We'll be adding our fa, which we've added before, but we've never added our T, and those are the two pitches missing from the entire diatonic sound. Diatonic means all the pitches. Pentatonic means five pitches, which is what you see on your screen. Okay, sing that with me again. Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain, Rocky Mountain High. When you're on that Rocky Mountain, hang your head and cry. Do, remember me. Do, remember me. And I'm sorry, I'm singing in my own pitch. I didn't change my pitch to my falsetto range, which would match your range, because I haven't sang in a week, and so my voice is a little cracky with those falsetto ranges. Okay, very good. Okay, so that was our melodic review, or our melody review, I guess you could say. I'm going to switch over to my iPad screen. Here's my iPad screen right here. And awesome, you can still see me on camera. So on my iPad screen here, I'm going to draw some random rhythms. If you have an instrument at home, like a drumming type of instrument that you can hit with your hand or hit with a stick or something like that, go ahead and pause the video right now and go grab it. And I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. And pause. Okay, you should have pressed play by now, and hopefully you have your instrument. And it could be anything. If you did not find an instrument, you could just tap the table in front of you. That's what I just did on my own desk, right? Or you could just clap your hands, okay? But you beautiful people at home doing these video lessons, you really should be getting acclimated to moving your hands to rhythm, because that's what we do when we play musical instruments. Even if you're not a drummer, you still got to move a part of your body to make sound. Okay, if you play guitar, you got to move this, right? If you play piano, you got to move these. If you, of course, you play drums, you got to move your hands. Let's see, if you're a trumpet player, you got to move this. If you're a trombone player, you got to move this. Most music requires some movement of your limbs, okay, and your mandibles, which is a fancy way of saying hands and fingers. Okay, all right. So now let's get started. I'm gonna write some random rhythms, and we're gonna get started. So here's a rhythm: ta, 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 ta. Okay, and if I was reading this for the first time, I would clap like, or if I was playing my instrument, I would go ta, 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 ta. Your turn. Sing that with me on your instrument. Ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Okay, very good. Let's see. I'm gonna put an eighth note pattern right there on the third beat. Okay, so if you don't know what that means, this is the first beat, second beat, third beat, and fourth beat. This third beat has two sounds on it now because I just added. one, right? But that doesn't mean time happens any longer. That just means the third beat got split into two sounds. So what's going to occur, each of those two sounds, each of these two sounds right here, they're going to occur faster in time. Okay, so the beat doesn't increase in time. Those two sounds just got shortened. Okay, it's like taking a watermelon and splitting it in half. When you split a watermelon in half, right? You don't have two watermelons now. It's still one watermelon. It's just two pieces of one watermelon, right? Two equal pieces. All right. So if anybody says you don't do math in music, they're wrong. We use a lot of math in music. Okay. All right. Let's sing this one. I'll sing it first. You don't have to sing. Just listen. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Let me point to it before you join in. It's ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. That's what that would sound like. Okay. All right. Now your turn. Clap it or play it on your instrument. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. I'm going to erase. Oh, you know what? I think I could just undo. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'm going to split the second beat this time. So this time it's going to go ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Okay. So the ta, ti sound is right here in the second beat. Okay. All right. I'm going to clap it by myself. Ta, ta, ti, ta, ta. Your turn to sing. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, ta, ta. Okay, very good, very good. I'm gonna erase, undo, and this time I'm gonna put the split beat on the first beat. Okay, and I know these aren't very pretty uh, uh, sounds or notes. I'm using my finger on my iPad. I couldn't find my stylus pen. Sorry. But okay, let's. I'm gonna try this by myself. First, let me point to it and count. Ta ti ta ta ta. Okay. Now I'm going to clap it by myself. Ta ti ta ta ta. Very good. Now it's your turn. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Ta ti ta ta ta. Okay, before we run out of time, let me make it a little more difficult and put two split beats on there. So if I were to read it by pointing, ta ti ta ta ti ta. Okay. All right, let me sing it. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta ti ta ta ti ta. Okay, your turn. Clap it and play it. Sing it and play it on whatever instrument you got. Ready, go. Ta ti ta ta ti ta. Okay, let me add even another one now. Whoa, we got 3 separate split beats now, okay? So it would read like this. Ta ti ta ti ta ti ta. Let me do that again for you. Ta ti ta ti ta ti ta. All right, I'm gonna clap it now by myself. Ta ti ta ti ta ti ta. Okay. All right, your turn. Try it with me. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Ta ti ta ti ta ti ta. Okay, very good. That concludes our rhythm review. Before this, we did our melody review. Okay, and that's all we're doing today. It's just a little review, just to get going. If you have a little bit of extra time, like that's my warning that a class is coming in soon. But if you have a little extra time and you want to do something musical, head over to Chrome Music Lab and do something musical. Actually, you can actually export songs and you can send them to me. Just send them to my email, max.garcia@nasd.net. So, anyways, I hope you had a fun and safe spring break and you're happy and healthy. And I will see you soon and there will be more videos. Okay, I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.